Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam. Ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat lin-nas. Ta'muruna bil ma'rufi wa tanhauna 'anil munkar wa tu'minuna billah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. I welcome all the viewers of all the 4 satellite channels of Peace TV Network, the Peace TV English, the Peace TV Urdu, the Peace TV Bangla, and the Peace TV Chinese, as well as my 4 social media platforms, which are the Facebook, the YouTube, the Instagram, and the Twitter. I welcome all the viewers with Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of Almighty God, be on all of you. Before I start my short talk, I would like to remind you that this is the 3rd session of the Ramadan series, Ramadan, a date with Dr. ذاكر, which has a short talk followed by the open question answer session. For asking a question, you can ask on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on the Twitter, on the Instagram, but the best is on the WhatsApp. 75% of the questions would be read from the WhatsApp. If you have any question, text your question in brief, mentioning your name, the city, and the country of residence to the WhatsApp number +60 11 269 53895. I repeat, text your question in brief with your name, city, and country of residence to the WhatsApp number +60 11 269 53895. The topic of the short talk today is the common errors made by the Muslims in the month of Ramadan. I have listed 46 common errors that the Muslims make. There are more than that, but these are the more common ones, and I've divided it into 7 categories. I have not divided into order of most common to the least common, but in 7 different categories depending upon the severity. The first category is the common errors which are against the obligatory fard of fasting and zakatul fitr. In this, there are 3 common errors. The first is that many of the Muslims, they do not do the niyyah for the fast of Ramadan. For the fard fast, for the fast in the month of Ramadan, making niyyah the previous night is compulsory, without which the fast is not valid. Previous night means just before the Fajr Adhan, that is the previous night, or any time before that. Making niyyah is compulsory for the fard fast of Ramadan. For the voluntary fast, it's not compulsory, it can be made later on also. The second common error is that many of the Muslims, even after they hear the Adhan for the Fajr Salah, they continue eating and drinking, thinking the end of the Adhan is the start of the fast. The moment you hear the Adhan, the fast starts, and eating or drinking after that nullifies the fast. The third is that many Muslims, they give zakatul fitr after the Eid Salah. Zakatul fitr is normally given in the last couple of days of Ramadan before the Eid Salah. If it is given after the Eid Salah, it is normal charity, and it means you have not done your obligation of giving zakatul fitr. The second category of the common errors are the common errors which contradict the sunnah of fasting. Number 1 in this is that many of the Muslims, they neglect their suhoor or they delay the suhoor. Number 2, they neglect their suhoor or they have a very early suhoor. Number 2, that many of the Muslims, they delay breaking their fast. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad said that My ummah will be on the straight path till they hasten in breaking the fast and delay in the suhoor. The third common error is that many of the Muslims, they recite unauthentic dua during iftar. The fourth is the most authentic dua that is mentioned of the Prophet ﷺ is Zaba Zama wa abtallati uruku wa thabat al-arj inshallah. This means that the thirst is quenched and the veins are moistened and the reward is confirmed inshallah. That means, and we read in the hadith, that the Prophet said this dua after eating the date and drinking water, because the meaning is the thirst is quenched. Many of the Muslims, they read this dua before opening the fast, thinking this is the dua to open the fast. This is the dua immediately after breaking the fast, as per the meaning of this dua. The fifth common error is that many Muslims, they eat excessively during iftar or during night or during suhoor. Eating excessively is not the sunnah of the Prophet. And the sixth and the last in this category is that many Muslims, they are not prepared. Mentally, they are not prepared for the fast. Mentally being prepared for the fast is very important. The third category of the common mistakes done by Muslims during the month of Ramadan is the common errors that contradict the sunnah of the Ramadan. And the first common error in this is that many of the Muslims, they neglect praying Taraweeh prayers. Taraweeh is a sunnah muakkada, a very important sunnah, and as far as possible, all the Muslims should pray this. Though it's not a fard, it's sunnah muakkada. Number two, many Muslims recite the Quran so fast, rushing through the Taraweeh Salah. In Taraweeh, the Quran should be recited at moderate pace or slow, so that you have khushu in the Salah and you understand the meaning and it benefits you. The third common mistake is that many of the Muslims, they think that the Laylatul Qadr is fixed on the 27th of Ramadan. It is not fixed. There are high chances that it can be on the 27th of Ramadan night, but to think it is fixed is completely wrong. The fourth common error in this category is that many Muslims, they socialize excessively after Taraweeh Salah. The fifth common mistake is that many of the Muslims, they neglect doing dua, supplication and istighfar. Ramadan is the month of forgiveness, so you should do istighfar, dua and supplication. Sixth is many of us do not recite the Quran during Ramadan. It's important, it's a sunnah to recite as much as Quran as possible during the month of Ramadan. And the last in this category, the seventh, is people, they waste time. Many of the Muslims. Ramadan is a very important month. We should try and grab every minute. You can't afford to waste a single minute in the month of Ramadan. The fourth category of the common errors done by the Muslims in the month of Ramadan is neglecting the faraid, the obligatory duties. And there are four in this category. Number one common error is that many of the Muslims, they miss the Fajr Salah. They may have early suhoor and they sleep and they miss the Fajr Salah, which is haram. Number two, they may miss other Salah. Some of them do the suhoor, pray the Fajr Salah, sleep, and they get up just before Asr or before Iftar. Missing any of the other Fard Salah is also haram. The third is that some of the Muslims, they don't give zakat, even though it's due on them. Any Muslim who has a saving of more than the nisab level, 85 grams of gold, should give 2.5% of that excess wealth if it is there with him for more than one lunar year. And the fourth and the last in this category is that many of the Muslims give zakat, but they don't calculate correctly. And they look for excuses, asking fatwas that okay, I may not have to give zakat on this wealth and not on that wealth. They give zakat, but they don't calculate correctly. Every Muslim should be careful and calculate the zakat correctly. If they give less, it's a sin. If they give more, it's no harm. So if you're in doubt, give zakat on that thing. It's better to give more. It will be calculated in the normal charity. But if you miss out on any of the fard zakat which you have to give, it's a major sin.